The Santa Ana Police Department has a long tradition of excellence, innovation, and service to the city of Santa Ana. The department was the first official law enforcement agency in what is now Orange County, California, and it began when the community was very different from what it is today. When William H. Spurgeon rode through the mustard fields of the former Rancho de Santiago de Santa Ana in October of 1869, he liked what he saw. Determined to found a new community, he purchased 74.2 acres of land from Jacob Ross for the sum of $595. He started his town with 24 blocks of about 10 lots each and named it Santa Ana. Law enforcement in those early days consisted of a town marshal and his part-time volunteer town constables. When the township of Santa Ana was incorporated as a city in 1886, the Santa Ana Police Department was formally established. The town marshal at the time, Charles Peters, was appointed as the first chief of police. He and his 6 deputies reputedly spent most of their time dealing with drunks and bar fights, but they were also responsible for lighting the street lights on 4th Street at dusk. The jail of the time consisted of Bruner's basement, the basement of a local dry goods store. It wasn't until 1895, when Santa Ana was named county seat of the recently formed Orange County, that the department secured a permanent headquarters in the newly constructed $23,000 county jail building. Police officers of the time worked 7 days a week and wore heavy woolen uniforms, such as the one worn by Officer Wilson in this earliest known picture of a Santa Ana police officer. Officers either walked their beats or rode bicycles and kept in touch with the station via call boxes located on telephone poles. By 1900, the department consisted of the chief and 7 officers. In 1904, the police department moved its headquarters into Santa Ana's first City Hall building, located on the corner of 3rd and Main. As Santa Ana grew and progressed, so did the department. Early in its history, the department began to establish its reputation as an innovative leader in law enforcement. In the 1920s, motorcycles were introduced for traffic duties, and soon other innovations followed, such as the first use of radios in patrol cars and the first woman hired by a police department in Orange County. By 1931, the department had grown to 32 officers and 1 stenographer. After the 1933 earthquake rendered the old City Hall building unsafe, the city spent $126,000 to construct a brand new 3-story City Hall building on the same site as the old one. Along with other city departments, the police department moved into the new structure. During World War II, the entire West Coast Training Command operated from a building the military put up at 8th and Flower Streets. With the Santa Ana Army Air Base and El Toro Marine Base so close and Camp Pendleton within 50 miles, thousands of servicemen from around the country had the opportunity to visit Santa Ana. After the war, many servicemen returned here with their families to live. By 1953, when the new Santa Ana Freeway was completed, the department had grown to 79 men and women. The explosive growth that followed World War II also affected the department. The department grew so much that in 1961, it moved into a newly constructed $500,000 headquarters building located in the Santa Ana Civic Center area. The building was prominently featured in an episode of the 1961 television program, The Story of a Policeman, which highlighted the duties and responsibilities of then-Chief Ed Allen. For fiscal year 1961-62, the department had a budget of $1,397,100 and 120 sworn officers and 44 civilian staff. However, by the late 1960s and early 1970s, civil unrest, crime, and blight were seriously impacting the downtown area and many neighborhoods in Santa Ana. In 1973, Ray Davis was appointed Chief of Police and brought his innovative style of leadership to Santa Ana. Termed community-oriented policing, Chief Davis encouraged higher education among his employees, the use of modern technology, and most importantly, partnering with the community to fight crime and improve the quality of life in Santa Ana. His methods were so effective that Santa Ana experienced a phenomenal reduction in crime during the first few years of his term. At the end of his term in 1987, the department had grown to 359 sworn officers and 120 civilian personnel. Paul M. Walters, who had joined the department in the 1970s as a patrol officer, was appointed Chief of Police in 1989. Early in his term, the department had to contend with a steady increase in gang and narcotic-related crime. To combat this situation, the department embarked on an ambitious hiring program to increase the number of police officers and support personnel. The department also began a series of large-scale investigations and enforcement activities designed to break the back of gangs in Santa Ana. The first of these major programs, Operation Roundup in September 1993, targeted members of the 6th Street Gang, then the most vicious gang in Santa Ana. These efforts proved successful, and Santa Ana experienced a pronounced drop in crime after a few years. Another significant achievement of the 1990s was the construction of the police administrative and jail facility. Built on the site of a former parking lot, this modern and spacious facility is finished in natural materials and features open work areas and 2 large atriums that let in natural light. It is considered one of the finest police department headquarters in the country. Now well into the 21st century, the Santa Ana Police Department is continuing its role as a leader in Orange County law enforcement. Under the leadership of its current chief, David Valentine, the men and women of today's Santa Ana Police Department continue to honor the traditions, dedication, and sacrifice of those who served before them. For the past 150 years, the city of Santa Ana has looked to its police department for leadership and protection. And as it did during its first 150 years, the Santa Ana Police Department will continue to provide quality service and security with fairness and justice to all people.